This is the euro dollar on the 15-minute time frame, and there's an AB equals CD pattern. And what I've done is when I woke up this morning, I noticed there was a double bottom, and what I did was set some orders for a 26.18 trade. Now, 26.18 trade is not a strategy I trade by itself. However, if there is additional confluence there, then I will use it as an entry reason, particularly if I have a good risk to reward, and that's what I have on this particular currency pair. So what I will do is currently risking 20 pips for 50. Let me go ahead and bring over a new chart. So that was the euro dollar. So let's have a look at the euro dollar on the daily time frame and do our higher time frame analysis. Okay, so this is the daily time frame, and I was actually looking at what we did here. So we broke below this structure level here, we pull back, and once again we have now broken below this structure level. So I'm anticipating here that we're going to come down to this level. If we also put a fib extension on here, we can see that we have a 127 fib coming in at that zone, and we have a 1618 coming in a little lower. So we have quite a nice area for where we think the market could potentially go to. However, right now what we've done is, yesterday we had a big bearish candle, and we could see a small retracement here back up to these wicks up here. So let's drop to the 240. Certainly whenever we have a big move like that, we can look for a little bit of relief. Here on the 240, you can see we had a move lower, a retracement. We failed to put in a new low, a retracement, then we broke below. And look at the wick here, we've got a long wick, we've got indecision, higher high, higher close, higher high, higher close. So right now this is indicating that for the short term we could see a move going higher. So let's go to the 60-minute time frame. Okay, first thing to note is the RSI here went oversold at 9.5. What we also had was, everything is indicating right now that we could see a little bit of relief just due to the higher high, higher closes. We also had this AB equals CD pattern, and as you can see we've actually come down and just tapped the entry for that. We went overbought as well, and it's not a double bottom this that I can trade, but you can just see it here. You can see it better on the 15, and it doesn't really come in at structure. But if I go to the 15-minute, you can see that double bottom better. Again, it's not one I can trade, but it happened at the completion of the AB equals CD pattern, and what we then did is we came down. So there is the double bottom. We then violated structure, and we look for a pullback into a minimum of the 618 Fibonacci ratio, and as you can see there, we just tapped the entry. That came within 4 pips of the 1400 flat, and we can then look for an extension higher. Now you can do a few things here. You can look for a 127 extension, which will bring you in just here. What I'm actually doing is playing for the 382 of the AB equals CD pattern, because that's something that I've tested, and that actually comes in up here. So it gives me a better risk to reward in terms of targets there. So if I just bring the orders back on, you can see that I'm playing for this upper level here, this 382 fib. So that is the trade, 20 pips for 50. We'll come back and see if we can put a new structure high in here. This will actually then put us in trend, and we may see a pullback and a continuation up to our targets. Okay, we're back on the dollar yen, and after getting 37 pips up, we are now back at break even. I've just, let me go back to the 60-minute time frame. Oh, we had a great big higher high, higher close, and the market has pulled all the way back within a few minutes. So here we go. Look beautiful like this. We'd had a break of this structure level here. We had a big higher close, and 26 minutes later the market has done nothing but plummet to the downside. So I do think here now I'm about to be stopped out. What I have done is I did move my stops, because we'd had the breakout here, to just a few pips below the swing low, and I do expect here to be stopped out of this market. So we just go down to the 5-minute time frame. What a damn shame. We're spiking, as you can see. I'm sure any second it's going to spike through and stop me out for 6-7 pips. And there we go. What a stinker. Few pips from targets. Don't know why this has happened. We got, let's have a look, 11 pips from target, so 33 pips up we got there. What a shame.